Hello everyone, welcome back. So I have a great question from Charles. He wants to know if Mark Meadows will be successful or not in getting his case moved away from Fonnie Willis's, she's got RICO charges coming down on him. But anyway, he's trying to, he filed an appeal. It was rejected by one judge, but now he's filed an appeal. And we still haven't heard, this happened in, I think, late September. We still haven't heard back yet on whether or not, like how it's gonna go. Basically, he's appealing to get it out of Fulton County and into a federal court, which from there, of course, his ploy would be to be granted immunity. So, and this is separate from the Jack Smith case, J6 case where he actually was granted immunity. So let's don't get those two confused together. This one will be just for Fulton County, Georgia. But it's a big one, right? So anyway, let me swap out cameras here and we'll just see what comes through. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm using Cheryl Marchetti's Kipper as usual for pretty much all things legal, political. So let's put the question into the cards. How will Mark Meadows do with his appeal to move his Georgia RICO trial to a federal court? And which, if that happens, it would possibly allow him to try and claim immunity. It could, it could end the need for him to cooperate, I would think. So, oh, okay, here's our center card. So, well, I'll have to wait and see what other cards come around it. I want to say that this would be, the actual federal court. So let's just see how it goes with the other cards that come around. Let's get the rest of it. It could be some important discovery. That's usually the deal. I mean, it's definitely a card of our courthouse or court card. Is a card of all legal issues and the process that a person goes through. So it's the court hearings, and I think there's something coming up this week. If I remember right, it's the 11th Circuit. 11th Circuit, Court of Appeals. I'm sure this one's hanging over. Okay, so that's the direction it's going. Let's see what else. Might be the reputation of the court itself. Or up into the Court of Appeals. Okay, loyalty. Oh. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, so basically how Mark Meadows is going to do with this, it's not looking good at all, you guys. He hasn't been well for quite some time. Remember how he's been really quiet. I'm going to keep going. Yeah, there we go. This card, knighting together. He's drinking and using drugs or something, There's something going on there. Okay, and this is usually my Jack Smith card. Had I kept going, let's just put a period right there at the end of that sentence. Okay, so like I was saying, this is the judicial process. This is the discovery that will be coming out. And, it could be something that gets a person off the hook, but not with this card knighting up here. I think the court itself, the 11th, I think we could just say this is the 11th, Circuit Court of Appeals. And the arguments that they're going to try and make, that Mark Meadows himself will make, it will be nothing but a distraction. And we could say this is maybe the judges altogether, because these connect here. This could be the community of judges, and there are 3 people there, so maybe there's 3 judges that are listening, and they're together. And I say that especially because we have the adjudication card right next to it, and this could be more than one judge. This could be the bench of judges, and they're looking at it going, oh wait, no, I don't think so. I think they're going to deliver some bad news to Mark Meadows. Yeah, and then there's changes that come through. Also, there's discovery as to how there's documentation, and even more, it's presented. The documentation is presented that shows that he was loyal to Trump. Maybe there was even money involved. And over this last 2 years, he's done nothing but, created the illness that we're living through now. From day one, he's just bent over backwards. It's like the guy doesn't have a spine. So sometimes, too, this card is just about a situation that gets worse and worse and worse. And it's also a card of having, basically you're forced to just, you're leveled, basically. There's a dead end. There's a standstill with this card. So I don't see that he's going to do well with this, is I think the short story. But let's see what else is coming through, because if I go with the first few cards up here, we do have, he's got this, Mark Meadows has this vision and this hope, but it's a big distraction, and of course he was trying to help Trump steal the election, right? We're talking the fake electors. We're talking this big old Fani Willis's. This is a conspiracy. RICO charges coming down on this guy. That train left the station more than 2 years ago. It's just finally coming, to fruition. This is just crazy that it has taken this long, but I think a lot of, honestly, and I don't want to say anything bad about Merrick Garland, but the deal is, they were probably, just put yourself in like Fani Willis's place, or Tish James. Well, that's more like business fraud. That has gone as fast as it could, but Jack Smith wasn't on the scene at the time, but prior to, just think of all these other state, AGs that could have pressed charges sooner, but they were probably waiting on the DOJ, right? So there we have it, right here. Helplessly waiting for something to develop. This has always been my DOJ card. So on another level, because we can always read on different, there are layers and levels with these readings. That's been the standstill with the DOJ for 2 years. Probably was overwhelmed. I would guess that Merrick Garland was overwhelmed and needed support. So thus, Jack Smith, he had the wherewithal to bring Jack Smith in, so that's wonderful. Okay, so there's money involved, and it could be foreign money, and that information can come through. There's that possibility. Oh my goodness. For sure, it's all, documented. They have it. They know who was loyal to the cause. Yeah. So, besides the fake electors, often this is my J6 committee card, or J6 situation, and this would be you know, the problems we've had with it. And then these cards knighting together with Jack Smith. I think this reading is also trying to bring through that other layer to tell us that the Jack Smith January 6th violence, riot, insurrection case is going to nail him. He's not getting out of that. Other than, I mean, he did, there was an immunity agreement with that one. But I still think he's going to do some jail time, even though I think it'll just be a reduced. Because look at all these, look how bad these cards are here. He knows he's going to jail in the future or prison, you know, incarcerated for some time. And then it's confirmed over here. So I think the judicial process, I think the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals will bring through the information that Meadows was loyal to Trump. This is often, you know, like Trump Tower kind of a card because it's high. It's like high. And then it's about reputation as well. But again, it's like married to the mob. This is Mark Meadows not getting what he wants. I don't see, I'm trying to see, are there cards here that say that the RICO trial will be moved to, well, that Mark Meadows' RICO charges could be moved to a federal court? We have a stop here. We have sad news here. We have a desperate situation full of anxiety here. And this isn't just for Mark Meadows, this is also for Trump's whole inner circle, right? Because remember, there were 3 attorneys who were working with Trump to overturn the election. So yeah, I think we're dealing with John Eastman and then that other little creepy dude, Jeffrey Clark, and then of course Cheesy Bro, Kenneth Chesbro. I think that's what these cards are about here. And they are all going to be, you know, losing money over this. Mark Meadows especially, because, you know, the focus of the reading is on him. Yeah, like no, when you have these 2 cards together, there's like no exchange. There's no reciprocity. This card can be looked at the same as the 6 of Pentacles, you know, like something's given and something's received, but not when we have the poverty card by it, and not when we have the political, you know, process, the rules and regulations, and then not when we have this major stop card here, restriction, possible imprisonment, even though he'll get a reduced sentence for the Jack Smith one, but for this one's separately, and so I see this as a big no, and I see this as a no. I don't think it's going to go. I don't know that 11th Circuit Court of Appeals will take it. I'm getting the sense that he won't succeed in transferring this case at all with these cards here, because the movement of where he wants to go is going in the wrong direction. That train's already left the station. They know he's just this is a distraction to get what he wants, and they also know that he's deficient. You know, there's something missing with this guy from his head, and he's trying to get out of taking responsibility for what he did. And they're seeing that. And again, this is a no card. No, you don't get what you want. This is sad news. So, okay, well, that's all I have. You guys let me know. Those of you who have taken all my lessons in, you know, the membership at the lessons level, you can do the mirroring. I know you guys can get some more. information. We can do the diagonals, we can do the knighting to any card. You can pick any card and do the knighting and get more information. So I'll let you guys do that. Okay, thanks so much for listening. Hope you're doing well. Bye.